Good morning, everybody. Welcome to People Drinking Coffee with Jamie and Natalie. Here we are. We were just bantering back and forth and thought, why don't we just go live and just, I was doing
Ben?
this, and then she
Yes,
reminded me that I had to push the button. So
yes,
I
yes.
couldn't go live till I woke up. So
Okay.
anyway, how's Natalie this morning? How's California?
Actually, Natalie's fine. California was fine. Um, let's see. Um, actually, I'm kind of excited today because
Oh,
I am meeting somebody for coffee this afternoon at a
super.
coffee shop that I've never been to.
That's my
And
favorite thing to do.
yes,
I love
I
that.
I was at a group meeting last week, and people, where's your office? Where do you work? That kind of
Careful.
conversation. Okay.
I'm just trying to get this camera straight. Keep talking.
Yeah. Okay. And um, the person I was sitting next to said, "Oh, my office is wherever it is," and another lady says, "Oh, there's a great coffee shop right across the street." And of course, my ears perk up. I wasn't interested in anything else they were talking about, but they said coffee shop, and all of a sudden, I'm part of the conversation.
No doubt. Well, I think we have the best coffee shop in the world, which is right here. Um, so I think that more people should come join us for coffee. You should tell your friends to join us for coffee on this one.
Oh, okay.
Why not? Right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Um,
What I'm intrigued about is they purchase their coffee from local growers.
Intriguing. I'm
And,
definitely not going to be able to partake in something like that where I am. So that's pretty interesting.
yeah, so kind of looking forward to it.
I'm
And of course, it was something where there's a person that I've been chatting with on and off whenever I see her. And I said to her, I'd love to sit and really spend a little more time one on one. And I know I'm going to like this lady because she says, why don't we get together for coffee? I mean, that was the first thought. So,
well. Here's another thought. If I do manage to get my butt down to Rancho in late October,
yeah,
you should take me to that coffee shop.
yes, I could. Yes, I could. And
Because you
I
know,
would even buy you a cup of coffee.
you owe me a few coffees because you continue to say you're gonna. That's how you're gonna repay me for certain things, and just I think maybe thinking that I would never ever be able to collect. Oh, it's coming in spades. I might be there for a whole week, so you'll have to be spending coffee on me all week.
Oh, wow. I better start saving my nickels and quarters and,
Oh,
and
definitely.
dollars.
I might.
Hey, is your news up there as filled with the
Yes.
um, two big things this week? One, the royal visit of Prince William and Catherine and the little kidlets. Um, they seem to be very photogenic, and our news is always flashing something about what they're doing.
Well, as you know, Canada is still considered like some sort of British colony or something. So the royal family is very big deal here in Canada. Um,
Well, we have a large um, population of British. I don't know. Would you call them expatriates if they're now living here in the
I don't know.
states? But a lot of people who we've got British pubs in LA. Very
But
very big deal for people.
yeah, but
You know.
I think it's the there's some sort of, if you go back and look at Canadian history, there's some sort of connection directly to the royal family, and the and I don't know it. I don't know the history of it. It's just I know that whenever they're here, everybody goes completely bonkers. I don't get it. It doesn't. But there's
Right. And
and then the other thing, of course, is the
is last night's um, TV show.
yeah. It blows my mind how much conversation I have to listen to here north of the 100th or the 49th or
State.
whatever
We
parallel.
got 50 states or whatever we
No,
are.
no,
Yeah,
the
50.
parallel. No, no,
Oh, okay.
the north of the border. it just blows my mind how much conversation I have to listen to
Yeah.
about this ridiculous election. Um,
Do you
yeah,
know what bothers me the most about it?
you live there?
Um, and I live there. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. No, but you know what bothers me the most? And I find this with sports too. I'm not just picking on the people who are hosting the programs. I want to, if I'm tuning into a debate or if I'm tuning into a baseball game or football game or hockey game
Uh,
to right,
yeah,
I don't want to hear somebody tell me what I'm seeing. I want to be able to experience what I'm seeing and hear what's going on for myself. And there are times I understand a sportscaster has to, provide some details. But what I find happening is I get bothered by the constant banter that goes on because that's how it comes across to me.
you might want to be careful because that's what we're doing.
But no, no, but we're doing it. We don't have somebody sitting on the side interpreting what you are saying or what I'm saying or what I.
I can't watch a hockey game unless there's a broadcaster going.
All right. Well, I'm not a big hockey fan. I mention hockey because I know
I
you
don't like
like hockey.
baseball. I mean, and you have to have broadcasters in baseball, otherwise everyone falls asleep. So the broadcasters are
Mm.
designed to keep people awake. Um, I
Well,
mean,
because last night
if they didn't
after
talk,
the debate last night, it was on. People were tweeting about it. People were social networking about it.
only people that
Everybody
wanted to
was.
know. I wasn't.
I know. Nor was I. Speaking of sportscasters, let's talk about something nicer.
Yeah,
Speaking of sportscasters, last Friday night, this past Friday, was the last time that Vin Scully was the voice of the Dodgers, Los
is that a big
Angeles
deal?
Dodgers. A very, very big deal. He has been the voice of the Dodgers for about 60 years.
Wow, that is a big deal. I don't
Yeah,
watch baseball, so you have to sort of
yeah, big
build me up.
deal. Big deal. He was with the Dodgers forever, and I got a great voice, and it's the kind of voice that works for a broadcaster because when you hear him call a game, you truly feel it's baseball season.
Right, right, right.
You know.
Kind of get that sometimes the guy who calls all the Blue Jays games. Like I don't watch a lot of baseball, but my wife is a big baseball fan, so it's always on. So I hear it in the house. I don't usually sit down and watch, but the guy that calls the game, and we have a TV at the restaurant that we, usually have some sort of sports on. So if there's nothing else on, it's baseball. So usually what goes on. And right now the Jays are in their big push for the playoffs, and so everybody's got a little bit of Jay fever, and so people are watching baseball a little bit more. But the guy who calls that game, like I've flipped onto other channels in other ball games just as you're
Mm-hmm.
flipping through the TV or whatever, and some of these guys are just absolutely horrible. I mean, like I don't know who could listen to these people, but then when I get to I hear the guy that does the Jays games. I think he's just got that voice that sounds like it's synonymous with baseball.
Yep.
And
Yep. Yep.
he's calling the game. I'm thinking that's a baseball guy right there.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
and so even though I don't watch the game, it's kind of have that I identify with the sound that or the way he talks, the way he delivers, the way he refers to stuff on happening in the game, and so it's interesting that you say that because you have this guy who's been doing it for 60 years, and he makes you feel like that it's ball season because he's
Yeah.
telling the
Yeah.
telling us
Yeah.
play by play.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Yeah.
all resonate with different people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yes,
is
we
why
do.
it's so important for people to get their books out and write their books and get them their butts up on stage and do videos.
I wonder who he's talking to.
Do videos because your voice delivering the message that you have is the only voice that can deliver the message that you have. I can't deliver the message you have because your message has to be delivered by you. That's for everybody who's watching. Oh, did you take that personally? Oh, that was. But it's true. There's no way that anybody could ever deliver the message that I have. and the way that
That's
I
right.
deliver the information. Nobody can, and nobody can deliver it the way Natalie does, and nobody can deliver it the way anybody else does. Like, it has to be delivered by you. I was sitting with my cousin, I don't know, probably a month ago, I guess. It was just her and I. We were just hanging out, and um, she started to share with me that some of the experiences she's gone through in her life that haven't all been wonderful, but um, but she started to get a little emotional about it, and she just said that she feels like she has this feeling that she's supposed to tell the story. And I'm like, yeah, of course, because you're the only one who can tell it. You can give me all the information in the world. You can write it all. You can write it all down. I can go and stand on stage and try and deliver the information. It's not going to be the same unless she
Right.
does it. Or I could find another woman, because obviously I'm not a woman, so it wouldn't be the same. But I could find another woman who would take her story and try and tell it. It's just
But it
not going to
wouldn't.
be the same,
No.
right? She needs to tell it. And then we talked about it a little bit further, and it really started to hit home with her that she's really quite petrified of the idea of having to tell it, and to talk in front of people, and so we talked about fear of public speaking is very common in the world, right? um, but one of the things that um, we talked about was the fact that because she was trying to define it as I need to talk to this one person, and someone, there's this one person in sort of her vision of it all, there's this one person that needs to hear her story. And I'm like, yeah, there probably is, but you'll never find them unless you go and tell it to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. Because as you tell it to people, then other people hear about the story, and then they start to tell other people about who you are, and then other people want to come and hear the story, then other people want to come, and before you know it, you're telling the story. And the odds are pretty good and fairly high in my experience in this whole thing, that the person who needs to hear your story, that person that you're feeling the calling from, you'll never meet them. And that was really hard for her to understand. I'm like, they'll be sitting in the back of the room somewhere. You'll tell your story. It will hit them square between the eyes and change their whole life. And maybe somewhere down the line, you'll get some weird email, letter, visit. Somebody will bump into you at one of your other places where you're telling your story, and they'll say, like 20 years ago, I was sitting down in the back of the room, and da 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 da, and this is how my life changed since you told your story. That's the person that you're talking to. But if you don't ever get up there and say what you have to say, and deliver what you need to deliver, you can never ever find that person, and you've left this world not having completed the task that you were set out to do, which was get that story in that person's hands so that they can continue and change the world themselves in their own little way.
Well, and interesting you say that, because isn't that one of the things that um, people who are aging, when they sit down and talk to their grandkids or their cousins or their nieces and nephews, it's they share an experience, a story, a history, and that's how things have been passed down from generation to generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
And
in,
you're so right. The part that gets lost in today's society is that the kids don't sit down and take that information anymore. They don't sit down and listen for it anymore. There's there's not a lot of it anyway, where kids just hang out with their grandparents and listen to stories because we're all so busy, right? So, and I think that that's why it's important for people who definitely that are in the uh, over the age of 50, over the age of 55, maybe somewhere in that range, that it's really important that they realize that they have something to share. And sometimes people think, well, I don't qualify to write a book. Who says that? Who's making this rule that you don't qualify to write a book? Who says? I mean, everybody has a book in them. Every single person on the planet. It's just that most people don't believe that. Well, I don't know how. I don't write. I'm not a writer. You don't need to be a writer. I mean, there's techniques and uh, strategies in order to help you get the words out of your head and onto paper, and they don't have to be perfect. The concept is just to get that story out of you and before you take it with you, because there's something really important there.
Well, and now isn't that a lot, and that applies to so many things across the board.
Mhm.
If you write something, you sit and you critique it yourself, and you say, "Oh, well, that's not good. I have to rewrite it." And you spend hours, weeks, days, months, whatever,
Years.
years redoing something, and you never get it out there. You
And
never get it out there.
understand this, and this is super critical. And if you're not listening, wake up. I'm about to say something super important. Grab a pen if you have one. Here's the thing. When you write something and then you self-critique it, you're robbing the world of your greatness, because we are our own worst
Oh God, yes.
enemies, our own worst critics. Because I think about it from the same perspective as videos, and because I had a friend of mine who made a video, and uh, it was after we had both attended a webinar, and one of the things they tasked us with was to um, make a video, short video, just to say, what your key takeaways were from the webinar and stuff. So she made one, and I watched it, and I thought it was awesome. I thought, oh, this was really good. She did such a great job of da 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 da. I was thinking about all this awesome stuff that happened, and a few days go by, and we're chatting, and she makes a comment about how she made that video and it was horrible and going on and on and on, and she almost took it down and blah blah blah. I'm like, what are you talking about? But it just really dawned on me is that this is why nobody gets anything done, is because they put together whatever it is they're putting together. This is why I'm becoming a huge fan of Facebook Live, because it doesn't give you the ability to watch it before it's out there. It's out there, so you have to leave it out there. I mean, you can delete it, I guess, but at that point, people have seen it. But you're going to get the positive feedback that you want to get. But the point I'm making is that we uh, we write stuff, we make these videos, and then we plan to put them up. But then we watch them, and then we think about them, and then we say, "Oh, that was terrible. Oh, I said this wrong. Oh, I looked. Oh, look at the camera was off. The whatever. I've been adjusting the camera the whole time I was sitting here. But if I was making a video and I'd already finished the video, I don't watch the videos I make. This video I'm making, well, it's not a video, but this broadcast that we're doing right
Yeah.
now, when I am on video, I will never watch it. I mean, the odds of me watching this video back are slim to zero, because I have gotten to the point where I understand that what I'm producing has value, and that's all I need to know. I don't need to know exactly, did I say this right? Oop, did I say that wrong? Was I looking in the wrong direction? Because the way I have things set up, my camera is right here, but the screen that Natalie talks on is over here. So when she's talking, I like to look at her when she's talking, but then that means I'm not looking at the camera. Like, there's all kinds of things I could break down and destroy and say, oh, this is no good. We won't put this one up because it was no good. That's why nothing gets done. You write it and then you look at it, oh, that's no good. Put it out there, let other people look at it. And then when you get feedback, receive it. Own it. The feedback, when someone gives you feedback that they thought your video was great, don't blow it off. Receive it. And sit back and look at that statement. Your video was great. Great video. Oh, I love your authenticity. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever else they're saying. Read
Yeah.
it and sit there and own it. And just sit back and like, I guess it was pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I'm struggling with it. You struggle with it if you need to, but just understand that they're not making those comments because how do they benefit by making those comments? Think about it from that perspective. What's their benefit by saying you made a great video? Nothing. So then why would they say it? Because it was a great video. Oh, end rant.
Okay. Facebook Live. You know I haven't done it yet.
You haven't done any videos, so of course you haven't done Facebook Live.
Okay.
She said. Well, I'm just calling it like I see it.
Yeah.
And only a friend would do that. If it's for me, take a message.
Oh yeah. Okay. Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
When you record on Facebook Live, can you do it from your phone as well as from your camera or your desktop or your tablet and whatever?
Fact, it's easier to do it from your phone. It's a
Okay.
complicated process to do it from your PC, actually.
Okay. But if you do it from your phone, how do you keep it from being wiggly?
You don't. You just do it.
It's that's what it is. You
Pretty much.
either get better at it as you go along.
Not either. You will. That's
Okay.
the other part that people don't get. I mean, again, you said this phrase earlier. This applies across the board. Every single solitary thing that you're good at in your life, you sucked at when you first started doing it.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit who you are. I don't care what planet you came from. I don't care what part of the world. I don't care if you were rich. I don't care if you were poor. I don't care if you're stone cold ugly or if you're drop dead gorgeous. I don't care who you are, what color your skin is, what nationality you came from, what religion you believe in, whether you think Donald Trump is a god or you think he's the devil. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you have skills in today, you, oh my God, my phone's going crazy. You sucked at when you started. You were horrible. Look, think about when you were a child and you started to walk. You were horrible at it. Fell down thousands of times.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, now you walk just fine. So the bottom line is your videos are going to be bad when you first do them. If you think, and your writing too, by the way, writing, your videos, your ad writing skills, your marketing skills, your can't think of something off the top of my head. What I'm looking at your ability to use a cell phone properly, your I don't know, Excel spreadsheet skills, your PowerPoint skills, your reading skills. Like I mean, the list goes on and on. I heard your dog, so
Yeah.
your dog
Go ahead.
rearing skills, your parenting skills, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All those things require you to, or will, you're going to be horrible at it. You're going to be bad at it when you first start out because you have to learn. You got to fall down and then get back up and try to walk again. And then fall down and get back up and try to walk again. Then fall down and try to get it. You get the picture. So
Yeah.
at no point in time does a child stop and think to itself, this walking thing, it's not for me. They just keep doing it because in their head, they know, well, they don't know anything. They want to walk. So under no they want to get from here to there, and they see all the people around them all standing up, moving around on 2 feet. So they look at them and say, okay, well, they can do it, so I can do it. Then they get up, boom, they fall down. Oh, this sucks. I'm gonna get up again. They just keep doing it over and over and over again. And at no point do they stop and go, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm just gonna crawl around for the rest of my life. It's easier. It's just never happens. But us crazy adults in our screwed up brains,
Oh God.
with our really bad subconscious minds that tell us that we can't do stuff, we get to a point where we say to ourselves, that's just not for me. Really? It's an interesting choice that you've made because that's exactly what it is, a choice. Everybody can make a video, everybody can write content, everybody can write a book, everybody can make an ad, everybody can do marketing, everybody can work a cell phone, everybody can work Facebook Live, everybody can work Excel spreadsheets, everybody can make PowerPoint, everybody can edit videos, everybody can do everything. They have to just make a decision to do it. End read.
Okay, but no, but you're true. And we have a tendency to want to be perfect now. We want that immediate gratification, as it were. And if it doesn't take 60 seconds to do, why are we wasting our time? And that's the mindset that goes out there.
Yeah, it's so true. It's unbelievable. Like
You know,
you know, people
that
sit
I
down.
think that's in fact, I think that's what the fast food industry, except in addition to the health issues it's created, I think that's the biggest disservice that we have gotten as a result of fast food industries and everything like that. You get in your car, you order something, you go around the little corner, you pay for it, and then they hand it to you.
Yep.
Nobody understands anything that takes time to do or learns the techniques to do it, because I ordered it. I just go around, I pay, and it's going to be handed to me. Nothing gets handed to you.
And consider this. Interesting analogy, because consider this. I don't know that there's very many people that I could find. There's probably a few people who would love to just, be obstinate about it, but I don't know too many people that I could find that would tell me that the burger that they got at McDonald's was perfect. So we settle for imperfection.
But we get it fast.
Right. But we're settling for imperfection in that arena, but we won't settle for imperfection when it comes to our own. McDonald's, you can give me a subpar burger as long as I get it fast and I don't have to think about it and I don't have to do any work. But if I have to do work or think about it on my own personal success track, my own personal trajectory in life, then no thanks. That's not for me.
And you know what? We don't teach children in school
We don't teach them anything.
to be the best they can be at whatever level they can. We teach them that they've got to get these high grades, or else they're not worthy of going to the next grade, or they're not worthy of doing this. We don't teach them to see the value in themselves at whatever level they're able to accomplish.
More importantly, we don't teach them that making mistakes is important.
Because you learn from those mistakes.
Because back in the day, they used to fail kids so that they could actually learn that they could do it again and do it better. And that is an invaluable lesson, that I can do it again. Oh, wait a minute, I just did it better than I did last time because I did it again. Nowadays, no matter what, your kid gets passed, even if they're lazy, and so they continue to move on through the grades, they continue to get passed. So they just learn that it's okay to just half-ass it. It's okay to not really give much effort. It's okay to screw up because someone's just going to take care of me anyway. Not, oh, if I screw up, I'm going to have to redo. Right? Oh, but what about their self-esteem? Well, let me tell you a little bit about their self-esteem. When they become an adult and the world isn't handed to them on a silver platter, that lack of toughness created by their, hit to their self-esteem, that they learned how to deal with and learn how to work through, they are now a nightmare for the rest of us.
Yeah.
I deal with some of them because I own a restaurant and we got some kids that coming out of high school. Wow. Our world in a whole, mind Donald Trump is a walk in the park by comparison to what's coming. I'll take Donald Trump over any of the 17-year-olds that I've met.
Yeah. No, it's we have lost sight of the true value of things, and it's a shame. But there's always coffee.
Coffee is always a nice constant. I would agree. Sorry, I'm taking a sticker off my book there. Been driving me crazy forever. It's always good. It's I finished mine.
Now, was that your first cup of the day?
Second.
Uh-huh.
No, actually, this was a cup of tea.
Cup of tea?
Well, I went upstairs. I went upstairs to get another cup of coffee before I came down here to talk to you, and to get my second cup, and I was out. I had none left. So I thought, well, that sucks. Can't have a second cup of Slim Roast because I'll probably have my second one later tonight when I go play hockey. So I sure as heck won't. I don't want to have another one now. So, yeah. So I was out of coffee.
Drinking tea. All right. Well, then this talk is over with because it's no longer people drinking coffee with Jamie.
Well, the people could be drinking coffee.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay.
It doesn't say Jamie's drinking coffee. Are you drinking coffee?
Yes.
Then people are drinking coffee. Yes or no?
Yes, they are.
Semantics are important.
Yes. Yes, they are. Yes, they are, Jamie. Yes, they are. So what's the week holding for you? What are you going to accomplish this week?
What am I going to accomplish? Great question. What am I going to accomplish this week? Well, I do need to update a Facebook page that there's hairs on. Nope, not going to come off. The people drinking. No, get healthy, get wealthy with Jamie. That is one of my web pages or my Facebook pages. I need to update it so that it's a little bit more current and utilize it a little bit better. So I need to work on that. I need to not transcribe, but this entire process here that I created for being the Toastmaster at my Toastmaster.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, right.
Because I was Toastmaster a few weeks ago, and nobody showed me to do this. I just decided to try and create something that would give me a better flow when I was up there, and it worked very well. So I was talking with some of my other fellow Toastmasters, and they said, "Oh, did you write it out?" And I'm like, "Write what out?" So they had encouraged me to break it down into sort of what I did, and then basically create a template, and that people could use, and then other Toastmasters and new people that are part of the Toastmasters, other people that are part of our Toastmasters group could use it, especially some of our newbies that are having to be Toastmaster.
Okay.
Time to time. So, and I mean, I'm still a newbie too, but it works so well that I would welcome being Toastmaster again, because I would use the same format, because it did help me just flow right through, from, because you have a few jobs to do, and it has to do with introducing the speakers for the day, and introducing the people that are evaluating the speakers, and introducing the table topics master, and then bridging between the different people. So one person comes up, and then I come up in between the people, so you're bridging between those. So anyway, it worked very well, and I did not feel nearly as much anxiety as I had been in the past, when I would get up there and not quite sure what I'm going to do, or how I'm going to say it, or what I'm going to do. I know what I kind of want to say and kind of want to do, but just trying to fumble through it just would sometimes leave me feeling a little. So this actually worked well. Pardon me.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I don't know what else I have to do. I'm trying to think.
Okay.
I think the list is bigger than that, though. I'm just looking at my homework list of stuff here. I want to finish reading this book.
The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a fantastic book. We had there was a, is this what it is?
It's a bookmark.
No, but, oh yes. Oh, there's another one that's in February. Anyway, this Children's Hospital.
I
guess I have to hold it back here for you to read it. It is, they have these book sales. So what they do is they go into the different malls, and they set up tables through the whole mall, like there's thousands of books. And here, I'll show you the price I paid for this book.
Really?
Yeah, and look at it. It's like new. The spine's not even cracked. The pages are in pristine condition.
Yeah. Wow.
So and not all of them are in pristine condition like this, of course.
Right.
But who cares? I mean, it's a great way to build up your library, and you can probably walk out of there with 10 or 15 books and spend under $40. sometimes under 20. Depending on, even if they're $2 a book and you get 10 books, that's
Right.
$20, right? So, and they got everything from fiction to nonfiction to all these things. But I had heard of this book before, and I've already read a little bit of it, and there's stories that in this short portion of the book that I've read,
Right.
this little portion that I've read,
Yeah.
I've already heard 3 stories in here that I've heard in my travels of personal growth, because it's that book. It's one of those books that
Okay.
people
Okay.
use in I mean, originally the original copyright, which I didn't realize, was, hold on a sec, 1926.
Ah, okay.
So there you go. Yeah.
And that's a great way to support the hospital.
For sure.
And so you're doing something good. You're for them, for yourself,
Yep.
because we all know how important reading is.
Yep. So I do want to finish
Yeah.
this book this week because it isn't that big,
Okay.
pretty small.
No.
The words are pretty spaced out, so I'm not the
Okay.
fastest reader, but I should be able to polish this one off this week if I put a little bit of effort into it. So.
Very good. Sounds good.
Yep.
All right. Well, I am thrilled we had a chance to get together and have coffee this morning. And you know what? I see we both got the red shirt memo.
We did. Yep. I got that memo. I did.
Yes, yes. Of course, if we were on Star Trek, that wouldn't be good, because if we're the ones that go down to the planet, the red shirt people are the ones always got zapped.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah,
I never
yeah. If you watch some of the old Star Treks, yep.
The red shirt people were in bad shape, were they?
They were the characters that got zapped. Anyway.
Oh, that's
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to my new coffee shop experience this afternoon. I have
kidding.
I have some people I'm connecting with this week, and just doing stuff to be better at what I do.
Excellent.
Anyway,
I like
so
the coffee shop. I look forward to hearing about it.
yeah. All right. Well, you have a good one today. I'm out of coffee at this point, so I'm ready
Uh-oh.
to
Uh-oh.
I'm ready to call it a show.
All right. Everybody have yourself an awesome day, a good week, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Unless, of course, you see one of us live on Facebook. Bye.